Now available on Tata Sky channel number 526.
Meanwhile, another important announcement that the Finance Minister made was the digitization of land records. How beneficial will this be for the real estate sector? We have Uday Wavikar, VP, Consumer Court at the Bar Associations of Mumbai and Goa, joining us live here on Magic Bricks now on the phone line. Thank you so much for joining us on the phone line, Mr. Wavikar. First of all, digitization of land records. If you could just tell us, would you call this a big step for real estate?
It is long-awaited step. Abroad, everywhere, on a press of button, you get the entire clear title of the property, including the mortgages. But that is a dream in India. But some process had started, but there was nothing which was done really actively. And I think this we must welcome really. And really, the finance minister deserves an applause. But the question is the implementation, because 1 crore 50 lakhs for the entire digitization, 150 crores, whatever is sanctioned, is not has to be implemented well, because in-house agencies will have to be developed, proper programming will have to be done, because there are a lot of lacunas in the current system where people change the names and try to sell the one property at 3 times or one flat even at 3 times. So therefore here, as far as land is concerned, that is a must. And I must say that this will make very easy for the title search, provided it is implemented well. If you leave on the government computer agencies, I have my restrictions. But if there are in-house agencies where the contracts have been given to many people, I think the work can be done faster. Programming has to be really accurate, because there has to be 4-5 checks where you can easily match survey number, site number, the exact location, and the entire title record has to be really updated even at various places. It will take a little time, but I think overall it's the most required thing today in the era of digitization and digitize India. I think this is the most welcome step, and it has to be implemented fast.
Okay, so you said implementation is of course the key concern here. That's what we're going to be watching out for here on Magic Bricks now as well.
Because I feel there should not be any red tapeism in this, because if you leave it to the NIC and the other computer agencies, how fast to be done, that is a little doubtful. But if you allow even the outsourcing of it, I think that will expedite accurate programming and then mass follow-up. I think the fast implementation is required. Accurate implementation is required.
Also, Mr. Wavikar, give us the home buyer's perspective here. How is this going to benefit the home buyer?
It will absolutely benefit the home buyers, because at least many places, most of the places in city like Bombay, city like Madras, and Bangalore, or for that matter Delhi, title is a big question. If you really want to check a clear title, it becomes really impossible to find out the correct records, the correct owners, and what has happened. Especially my suggestion is even mortgages should be included in this. Because if there are mortgages on the property, it has to be linked to the various bank and loan agencies. Unless we do that, we will not know whether that property is mortgaged already. Many people have been deceived when they have bought the plots and then they have bought the flats, and then ultimately after 20 years, IDBI takes over saying that there was a mortgage on the land by builder or the developer. So therefore, much has to be done. But I feel this is going to bound to help a common man, because if you can press on the computer and find out the details of the property, have a property card itself, that will be a great boon. So at least you will know how the property has been transferred and what is the current status of
All right. So also the allocation that's been made about 150 crore rupees for digitization, is that going to suffice?
That's what I'm really wondering, because if you consider the entire India and the updation of the land record and outsourcing, I must say it's a good beginning. But I think larger budget is required, larger implementation is required, outsourcing is required, accurate programming is required, and main thing is updation of the data at the land record itself. So all these things have to be really verified and expedited, make it up to date. But I think it is a good first step, a big step, I must say.
Okay, good.
Budgetary allocation, we are really hopeful that in the coming years it will be more after recognizing the needs. But I must welcome this, and this was long awaited, and it was a need of the hour. And I must congratulate for taking a good step in this direction.
All right, good first step is the word coming in from Mr. Wavikar. Thank you so much for joining us here on Magic Bricks Now.